be. Yep, there it goes. There he is.
Right here. Let me turn the thing down so there's less echo. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Bob. Good morning. I hope you guys could hear me okay. Yesterday, this mic went out for some reason. Can you hear me all right? Let me see if I have to switch this over. Nope, I'm on Procaster. Okay, good. Nice. Excellent. All of a sudden, yesterday, the mic went out on me. I had to switch mics. Good. Hey, Glenn, how are you? Rachel, how are you? Kurt, how are you? Robert, how are you? Fluffy, oh, Fluffy's here. We got Bob, we got Rochelle, we got Fluffy, we got Scott, we got Robert, we got Kurt, we got Murray, we got Glenn. Murray, how are you? Brendan, Fred, Kane, how are you? That's right, guys. Kane is going to be on in a little bit. Going to have a nice little session. And you know what I'll do? I'll also put on YouTube. I think somebody shamed me the other day into saying that I don't put on YouTube. So I'll go ahead and put on YouTube too here. Doesn't hurt to have it. God knows I have enough monitors. Hey, Richard Del Mosto on YouTube. Hope you are doing well. Let me go ahead and go back here. So now I can hang out with both of these parties. Richard, good morning. Leslie, David, Rick, Will, Estelle, Burmis, Rochelle. Rochelle, you send me a picture of a chart, but you can't send me a picture of your cat? Kind of what Liberty. Will is here. William is here. Wes is here. Ricardo is here. Hello, hello, hello. Cyrus says tell Clyde to stay away from Springfield, Ohio. Why? What's going on in Ohio? Cyrus, you got me all curious. Trump is in Ohio? Okay. Oh, they eat cats in Ohio? Oh, come on. Nobody eats cats. No, no, nobody. Come on, guys. Nobody's eating cats. I don't know where you guys come up with this stuff. In America? Wow. Come on. Do we really need to get I, I don't think anybody who's sane would say something like that. I didn't watch the debate. Remember I told you I'm not kidding. I'm not into politics. Don't try to rope me in. Rope me in. What's with the dogs and the cat? What's with eating the cat? How do we get into this? Hey, Clyde listens to this. Do you guys want to scare him? Yeah, Frank. Musk started it though. Come on, let's not be like little kids, you know? Come on. Matt, I better watch that debate.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's like, no, I didn't watch the debate. I'll check it out. Uh, duck parts were disappearing. Oh yeah. I'll Google it. You guys are too much. You guys really bust me up. Hey, Roddy, good morning. Our new folk, good morning from Iowa. Okay, Raj, good morning. Okay, all right. Let me just share my screen here. Let's not get carried away with let me just oh, here it is. There. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, what kind of country is this? What are you talking about, Sean? What beating? I don't know. Can you tell me what are you talking about, Sean? Sean, I'd love to help you, but Sean, if you're more importantly, Sean, if you're having this type of an experience, if you're looking at these as a beatings, you see, Sean, it's beyond the open trades. Your attitude, this is not, it's much beyond the open trades, Sean. It's your problem, my friend, is way beyond the open trades. You have to change your attitude towards the market. You have to change your relationship with the markets. You're either trading too big, you're either secretively not enjoying this at all. You're getting too hyped up when the trades. I don't know which one it is, but I'm just saying that. Oh, that's very nice, Brett. Why don't you share that with everybody? But Sean, it's not the trades that are on. It's your attitude. Your attitude. First of all, first of all, you got to be like this. You got to be even, man. You got to be even. And honestly, I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you, but that goes way beyond the open trades. Your attitude is horrible. Yeah, you're never ever going to make long-term sustainable gains unless your attitude is like this towards the market. You sound like the guy. You sound like the guy. Let me give you an analogy, and this is definitely talking about the markets, and this is something I want you all to listen to. I was actually thinking about this yesterday, last night. I'm not going to get into who told me this. It doesn't really matter, but I was talking to a lady who helps people with self-help and stuff like that. And she said something really interesting to me. She said, she was in this particular example, she was talking about alcoholics to prove her point. This is not directed at alcoholics just she was not a trading person. She was more like to help people quit smoking, drinking, gambling, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. And she said to me, I talked to this person who's an alcoholic, and they come to me, they tell me how it's not difficult and how they're doing great and how they're doing really, really great and how they're doing perfect and how life is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And she said, you know what? Just one time in my life, I want to talk to the alcoholic who's craving for a drink like there's no tomorrow. And I want to put that bottle right in front of him like this. And I want him to tell me what he's really thinking, because then I'm really going to get to see the real person. And I'm going to get a chance to talk to the real person. And I said, I never thought of it that way. But when you get really happy, when you're making money, that means you're not treating you're not doing it right. And if you get really upset when you're losing money, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's the same thing. So make sure you're even, because that attitude is not ever, ever, ever. You are going to be your worst enemy, Sean, for whatever reason. And I'm saying this, I'm not pointing you out. I'm telling you this, that your attitude is horrible, and it will never, ever, ever help you overcome your losers to get to the winners over time. You will jeopardize yourself, undoubtedly, 1000%, unless you change your attitude. And I'm not saying this because I don't even know you. I'm telling you this because I see this in you every single day. And I've seen people like that. They never, ever last. They never, ever, 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 ever make it. Just giving you facts. Yes, yes, yes. Who just said that? Any trade is one of the next 10,000. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. He does. He really. Hey, Sean, that's actually. Thank you for that. That's a great. Bob, thank you for that. Hey, have you ever read Mind Traps? Okay, read it again, because you're making like every mistake in that book. Okay. Take a trade thinking you just went every trade you take, you should take with the thought that you just went through 20 losing trades and your next 20 trades are going to be losing trades. If you can't take that trade under those psychological factors, then you are not ready to trade. I guarantee you that. I'm not promising you that. I'm guaranteeing you that. These are things I'm telling you with 1000% certainty. You know how I never talk about things with certainty? I'm talking about certainty, and I'm talking about things that are really important right now. Really important. Right. But I see your attitude, Scott. I mean, not that Scott, excuse me, Sean. I apologize. And again, I'm only trying to help you. I'm not trying to signal you out. I'm not trying to point fingers at you. You're not breaking any rules or anything. I'm honestly trying to help you. Okay. Let me share my screen, and then hopefully I could help the rest of you guys. There you go, Richard. That's the spirit. Okay, we're sharing my screen. Let me pull up my bar chart. Irma says, it's great every day to be on here with you. Who cares about money? We'll take care back money. It's great too. It gets each now, Murmis. I was actually I'm gonna pick on Murmis right now, okay? Now, while I was talking about when I was talking, I hate to say this, but while I was talking about Sean, I was actually thinking about Murmis in the back of my mind about how he's completely the opposite. Like he doesn't, he's always like he's like this, always. I don't mean that in a bad way, Murmis, but you actually came to my mind because you actually have the perfect attitude towards this, like the perfect attitude towards this. So just wanted to I'm not picking on you in a bad way, but you came to mind as somebody who has a really good, like, you're like this. Love that. Love that. Good morning, Eric. Yeah, but Glenn, 100%. I'm saying it how it is. I'm saying it how it is. Now, I'll tell you guys why I got really pissed off yesterday. There was a reason for it. Now I could talk about it. Somebody said to me, we're currently in a trade in a stock in the pit. We're in two trades. They said to me yesterday, I put on one of those trades yesterday before I started the pit. They sent me here yesterday a note saying, I took the trade, it went against me. I got out. You didn't update me. I got out. I lost money. That's a loss. That burned me because we all know that's not how it works. So now you guys understand why I was so pissed off. Now, the person and I understand each other. He now knows the error of his way, and he will not be doing that anymore. That's it. I'm closing it out today and going on vacation. Beautiful, Murmis. That's right, Doug. So let's now talk about this. Okay, so here is the crux of how I'm looking at today's session. Okay, if you guys notice, you will see that the QQQ is breaking through the 50-day moving average. That's very, very, very positive. That's very, very, very positive. Absolutely, Richard. And some go through a heartache before they make you money. And some practically make you want to give it up before they make you money. And some don't. But if you can't, if that doesn't become your assimilation, if that doesn't become like, yeah, duh, then don't do this. Don't do this. So I like how we're breaking. And yes, I spent 14 minutes talking about it. And that was probably the most important 14 minutes I'll spend here today, because that's really important what we're talking about. Some people have a tendency, again, it's amazing. My wife is amazing at this. I'm not good at this. Like somebody can just piss her off and just hurt her feelings, and she'll look at it like, okay, what's next? I can't do that. I can't get past it like that. In trading, I can't. In real life, I can't. You gotta look at the market that way. If you're not that cynical about the market, if you're not that, it, it will never work. And if it does, you're going to be hating yourself, and it'll be miserable. Thanks, Cyrus. Appreciate it. Okay. So the big question, and I mean the big, 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 big question that I'm personally waiting for the market to answer is the QQQ going to trade above the 50-day moving average and close above the 50-day moving average? If it doesn't close above the 50-day moving average, we can be back to being pinched. And we all know there's no real major news coming out till FOMC. Hey, Matt, can you tell me the date for the FOMC? 'Cause I, 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 Yeah, if 18th. Okay, thank you, Perry. Oh, my clock.
1718.
Say it again.
1718. Yep.
Yeah. It's funny. My clock is right on the date sign. It's 11:15. It's right on the date sign. So the only time I ever look at my clock for a date, I can't see it. I think today is what, the 12th? Yes. Um, Gaston says, how do you see current, how current market? Liquidity is okay. I'll show you right now. I mean, volume has been pretty good. Look, Gaston, notice this line is getting a little higher. Not a lot, but you could see it looks like it's not, obviously it's not getting lower. Like here, the average volume is 36 million, which is not high. Here it's 40, but you could see it here on the SPY. Overall volume has been steady. It hasn't been really down. Overall volume has been down, but particularly on any given day, it hasn't. Matter of fact, yesterday volume was really good and it was all bullish volume. And right now, the SPY is clearly above the 8-day moving average. And look at this, the 8-day is crossing the 15-day. That's like a bullish swing trading signal. The only thing that could really hamper us right now, the QQQ. See, the QQQ, if the Q, I want the QQQ to look like this. And I won't know if it will look like that. See how it looks now? This is what I want it to look like. It's not there yet. Now we all know if the QQQ doesn't look like that, if the QQQ bounces down, it will push the S&P back down. So I'm taking it easy right now, and I'm really pausing. And when I say taking it easy and pausing, I mean I haven't put a trade on in an hour and a half. That's my definition of Matt. Your definition and my definition of pausing is different for most
Very
people.
different.
What do you mean you're pausing? Are you taking a couple of days off, Roger? No, no, no. I mean I haven't traded in the last hour. Um, um, so so um, So my point is, I'm just waiting to see what happens here. And that's where we're at right now. Volatility is starting to cool off on the daily. It's looking good, but we're still in a danger zone. But we don't really have any more data this week that's really instrumental. Earnings are not there, and bonds are cooling off. Bonds cooling off puts pressure on technology stocks and speculative stocks. So I really need to see this break through. If this doesn't break through, it's going to put a big hamper. It's going to make me reassess the first position that we have in the pit that we've been holding for a while. Okay, let's start there. And number two, it will put pressure on the overall market. So I'm right now very much the question that I have in my head is, how is this going to react between now and the end of the day? I may start putting in a bunch of orders at the end of the day, but you see, right now we're in a very precarious, not dangerous, precarious position because this can churn on us, and if that churns on us, it'll be like you guys churning on me yesterday. Oh yeah, it'll be dangerous. Bob says, I was having a hard time trading, so I went back and started over with everything you have shown us, and it helped because I was missing stuff, and I know I'm missing stuff, but I'm working on that today and every studying. Bob, you have a wonderful attitude. Most of my losses are my fault. And again, it's not about whose fault it is. It's just about it's about being realistic and understanding and having normal expect. It's like Roger, I've taken 20 of your trades and two of them may not go your way, but we're just getting. I mean, the life is catastrophic. Come on, guys. Let's all be real here, okay? Let's be real here, okay? Let's take a step back and be real here. Let's just um okay. So you all know where I'm at right now. And again, most of the time it's a little more complicated than that. In this case, this is as clear as day. I need to know what this is going to do, because if this closes above, it's going to propel the S&P and create another leg higher. And if it doesn't, then it can really push us back down and kind of sort of undo a lot of this. Honestly, between you and me, what do I think based on the charts? I like what I'm seeing right now. I think the fact that we rallied up yesterday in the SPY, obviously caused by SMH, which is another thing, is great. We were not able to break down we were not able to break down below the 200-day moving average, and we were not able to break down below the 50-day below the uh, I just can't talk straight today. This was a fake out, and this didn't really go anywhere. And on the QQQ, we broke the 100-day, and it was a false breakout. This is what caused a lot of the trouble for all of us right here. This, you see, you don't see this and that often, but it happens, and it happens, and then we're dealing with it. But it is what it is. Wes says, I'm an avid listener when I go on vacation. Alaska, man. Ooh. You know, Wes, I'm totally against cruises, but I've heard that the cruise to Alaska is absolutely beautiful because you get to see things in a very different way when you're in the ocean. That's something that's on my bucket list. And I'm hoping that my son Josh and I can do that together because he's really interested. But that's something I've always wanted to do, and I don't have time because I'm here with you guys. But that's something I really want to do, like a lot. That's what's going on, Wild Ranger. Yeah, so I wanna do that. I want to take the cruise to Alaska. And my wife is even okay with it. She hates cruises, but she's okay with it because it's Alaska, because it's a little more like, viewing things more than relaxing and so forth. Anyways, I don't even know why I'm talking about it, but that's something I desperately want to do. Like, I don't want to go to Europe. Don't, no offense, Europe is great, but I don't want to travel. I've been there, I've done that, but I've never been to Alaska, and I love whales and all that. How about trading cruise? Oh, that would now, Lisa, you're talking. Took that one and it's great. Good, 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 good. Glass top train in Alaska. Wow. You guys are making me want to take a vacation. All right. So this is where we're at right now. This is what we're watching. This is the only thing I care about right now. Really, the only thing I care about. Aside from that, just so you know, blue chips, the Dow Jones, yes, yes. Now, something else. I had to clarify this for Matt this morning, so I'm going to clarify it for all of you. Okay. Sometimes I don't clarify. Jill says my parents did it and loved it. Yeah. So I want to do that. Uh, Folks, if this thing pulls back to the VWAP today, which is at 150, Matt, can you put an alert at DVA at 157.72?
DBA.
DVA at the VWAP just put an alert right at the VWAP for me, okay? Okay, all right, let's continue. Getting all excited about healthcare stocks again today. See, they're down, but that stock is up. So, oh yeah. My clarification, something I wanted to clarify for you guys. And this is pretty important. By the way, I'll have a class today, A-line class, all new A-line class at noon. Please show up, and Kane is going to join us in just a few minutes here. Okay. Francis said, "Done a Alaskan cruise. Make sure you take the proper one. There's exterior, interior. Nice. Please do, Francis. Please do. I'd love to see it. That is like something I really want to do. Like you can bribe me to go on that and take a holiday on a Alaska cruise. Everything else I can give or take. Okay, clarification. When you hear me talking Dow Jones, Dow, they use the word Dow. I don't really mean the Dow as much as you think I mean the Dow. I do mean the Dow, but when I use the word Dow, I'm also saying Dow slash blue chips, retirement stocks. The IBMs, the Johnson Johnsons. So if you hear me saying, beautiful Angie, that's nice. Grab that, man. So if you hear me saying, um, Dow stocks, Dow stocks, Dow stocks. That's why I'm not using the word Dow. I'm saying Dow stocks. Hear me using the word Dow stocks? I'm really talking about blue chip stocks. Disney, uh, Edna, uh, the healthcares, the consumer staples, the industrial. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Rochelle, nice, very nice. I'm a little scared of helicopters, but the rest sounds pretty good. Okay, before we move on. Start keeping your eye on Dell. If it moves above the 50-day, we may have a nice Cyrus. Why, Boyd? I'll tell you why, Boyd. Because I use the Dow Jones as a reference for that. So it's like my proxy. So it's kind of like I could say the blue chip stock are doing this, and let's look at the Dow. But some people like Matt takes me literally. So when I say how's the Dow doing, he's telling me how the Dow's doing, but I'm really talking about blue chips in general. Typically, when you talk about blue chips, you're talking about Dow. Okay. So I've been doing this for a long time. I just wanted to not designed to fly. Exactly, Carlos. I'm in the same boat. Thanks, Rebecca. Very good to know. I'll talk to you guys about before I have no plans yet of doing it. I haven't booked it, but that's the cruise I want to take. Maybe I'll take Matt and we'll do a trading cruise from Alaska. You and I can put on those Siberian bears, the rabid bears,
Yeah.
and we can really fit the part, right? I bet folks would love it as long as we can get Starlink there. Maybe we'll take Kane, right? Kane, are you going to come with us? Alaska? Are you in, Kane? Kane says absolutely. See that? All right. All right. Okay. So if I use the word Dow, or you can always ask me, but typically I say Dow stocks, blue chip stocks. It's the same thing. So what I wanted to say was I don't see the Dow stocks being nearly as strong as the QQQs the last few days. I'm seeing a lot more because they're breaking through key levels. And Dow Jones kind of just sitting around here. So we may see money flowing back into tech stocks if we break above the 50-day moving average on the QQQ at the expense of the blue chips, which would be really great for the two positions we have currently in the pit because we're short blue chips and we're long industrial slash auto slash technology. Okay. And I think everybody understands exactly what I'm saying, whether you're in the pit or not, because I gave you the categories. Okay. Um, oh, something else I wanted to mention before I forget. Remember this stock right here? Zeta? I think I got like one or two nasty comments yesterday morning. What does it look like to you right now? What does the stock look like to you right now? Bullish, right? Bullish. Okay. Uptrend. Up. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. Very, very nice. Yes, Brett. Brett, unfortunately, Brett has the best answer. So the two or three of you who made those snide remarks about Zeta, do you still feel the same way about it? Jody, look at the stock. I don't know if it's going to be a winner or a loser, but look at the stock. The stock is behaving beautifully. Beautifully. It's doing exactly what we want it to do, isn't it? Yes. Everything remains very nice on it. There's nothing bad on this stock. I don't remember. I think some one person sent me an email or somebody says here wrong on this thing, but a very true bulk. But I'm just saying that they do come back at sometimes, like 95.7% out of 100 times. All right, let's continue now with our stocks for today. Devon Energy, I'd like to see it break down below this level before we go short. That includes all energies, not just Devon Energies. $22 days to go. Kane, for you, the time zone change for Alaska wouldn't be nearly as bad as for us. 22 days out, 76 delta, 42 put, DVN. Please wait for it to revert and break the low. You will be. That's right. You will be. You won't have that lag. Your lag will only be a couple of hours. My lag will, Matt and I will be like 6 hours back. Next one is yes, I think it is Noel. Marshall, sorry, I didn't mean to call you Noel. I just saw M. Yes. Actually, Gaston, that was my next one. ENTG, I was going to say that it looks like it's starting to break down. If you still like the stock or have the stock, I really like it right here below the 105 level. And I'm still pretty bearish on the stock because, again, the stock is a semiconductor material stock and it's down on a day where chips are, you know, down 0.15 and this stock is down NTG and this stock is down 2%. There you go. See what Gaston says? Sometimes they break him, sometimes they don't. And again, Gaston, I don't have any guarantees. There's no guarantee. EL still breaking down. Put your stop around 89.36. 22 days to go. 71 delta, 87 put right here. By the way, the reason we use the 15-day EMA instead of the 8-day EMA is because a lot of the times the stocks will break the 8-day EMA and they'll stop right at the 15-day EMA. I'm sure you've noticed that, Gaston, over Murray. You're gonna have to come with us, Murray. We're gonna have to take you, Kane, Matt, myself, maybe your son. We're gonna make this. We're gonna have a nice trip. I think boys only will have a good trip. All right, let's continue. Nice. You're welcome, Brett. Hey, Ray, how are you? I see you there. I see Ray on YouTube, and I see Roddy, I see Raj, I see Kevin. Hope you guys are doing well. There. All right. The EL trade was the EL trade was 22 days out, October 4th expiration, 71 delta, 87 put. VRNT. I love this stock right now. Yeah, because it's not ready yet. I just wanted to update people. It's Pink Sparkles. It's not ready yet. I said if it goes to a certain level, it'll be ready again. But I like how it's breaking down right now. Because I know there's a few eager beavers who still have it. 68 Delta 2750 put VRNT October 18th expiration. I like the stock quite a bit. Leah, stop loss about 110. 8 days, no, 36 days out, 76 Delta, 110 put right there. Moondog will send you pictures. Civi, 5734. 36 days out, October 18th expiration, 80 Delta, 5750 put. Get a whole bunch of people as your party. You get a room free, whole bunch of extra. Ooh, nice, Dave. Thank you. Good information. I'm telling you, I really want to go to Alaska. That's like something that really gets me excited. I don't have a lot. I mean, I have a good life and I have a lot of fun, but I haven't lost myself. I got to lose myself. I haven't lost myself in a long time. And I think everybody needs that from time to time. Yeah, timing is definitely important. Trading cruise. We'll all go. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be fun. Planet looks fantastic to the upside. Fantastic to the upside. 36 days out, 72 delta, 80 call. Yeah, I bet Art. I'm Art. Uh, mm, beautiful, beautiful. Right here, 79.53. The nature must be amazing. 79.53. Right here, 80 call right there. Uh, EXAS. There you go, Murray. That's the spirit. EXAS, October 18th expiration. 76 delta, 60 call. Roblox. I still like this Roblox business. Trading crews together. 43. 22 days out, October 4th expiration. 16, 70, now it's 70. 70 delta, 44 call, October 4th expiration. This stock looks like a beauty right here. It really does look like it wants to continue. It's just saying, I want to go higher. I want to go higher. There you go, Dave. BXP. I think I gave you this stock. I still like it. Still very strong. Stop loss right here about 72.68. 75 call, October 18th expiration. And car right here, car. 36 days out, October 18th expiration. 76 delta. 76 delta, 70 call. Roblox, yes. Roblox. I really like Roblox a lot. Visually, it looks great. 69 delta, 44 call. It's a little spready. The market maker is a little jerk. You can do this 57 if you want and do a spread, but you'll probably be able you'll be able to work this order and get it like right here, like 250 versus 270 or 250 versus 230. Beautiful. All right, we got 22 minutes left. Remember, I have a class at noon, and Matt's going to post a link. For anybody who loves the red line, by the way, we've had 8 winners in a row, and if gold continues moving higher, we'll have 9 winners in a row. If you guys want to know how it's all done, want to check it out, see some cool ideas that I didn't even offer to give, but I will, check me out at noon, and Matt will post a link right now. Now, Kane is going to take over the screen. I am literally going to sit here and eat my lunch and listen quietly while Kane talks, and then Matt will do seasonality. If Matt doesn't have time to do seasonality, which is fine, he'll do it tomorrow, okay? One way or the other. So that's all I've got today. I don't want to get into any tangents or anything like that. We had a very nice, clean session. And it's going to be fun and fantastic. And now you got Alaska in my head. Now my wife is on a trip to Tampa. My daughter and her boyfriend broke up. My wife is going to Tampa to comfort her for the next 24 hours. I'm not that busy. If you want to talk, send me an email, roger@rogerscott.com. All right. I'll talk to all of you soon. Go ahead, Matt. Let Shane take over, and I'll be here in the background hanging out with you guys. Okay.
Should be a panelist momentarily.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Are we good? My video is not starting. There we go. All right. Now you guys can see and hear me, I think, I hope. So yes, okay, great. Thank you. Originally, I was going to talk about zero date to expirations options because Roger had gotten some questions and it actually fits really, really well in with Gamma and everything that I talk about. But that whole thing came up and Roger spent 15 minutes on the attitude of trading. And that speaks exactly to what I've been talking about in terms of rewiring your brain. Wiring your brain for winning inside of the markets is because most of us, or I would say all of us, naturally are wired to lose when we first come into the markets. And all of us need that rewiring process. So if you guys don't mind, I'm actually going to spend my time today impromptu talking about some more rewiring stuff and the attitude that gives us winning inside of the markets. Because if we don't get this part right, you might take a trade from Roger, you might take a trade from me and win, but in the long term, you'll end up losing all your money. So we good with this? All good? Okay. All right, great. Perfect. So obviously I don't have any slides, so you're going to look at me speaking for a while. And the first thing that I want to mention is the what we want to do when we are looking at markets specifically, but it could extend into everyday life as well. It doesn't have to, but specifically when we are looking at the markets, we want to adopt what I call a probabilistic mindset instead of a absolute mindset. An absolute mindset says this is going to happen. If I do X, Y will happen. If I do A, B will happen. It is a causal world, a cause and effect world. If I do this, I get this. If I go to school and get good grades, I'll get into college. If I nail my interview, I'll get the job. That's what we're mostly trained to think when we grow up and when we go to school. But the fact is, the world doesn't work like that 100%. We don't always, if I treat the girl right, she's going to marry me. that doesn't always happen, right? When we're dealing with people, when we're dealing with human emotions, A plus B equals C doesn't always work. It's not going to work 100% of the time. So what we want to do is have a probabilistic mindset. That means that, hey, if I do this, it's a proven formula. It works most of the time. So if you go back to the VIP room, I think it was August 21st, I talked about win rates and what win rates actually mean. So I'm not going to repeat everything there. I'm just going to suggest that you go back and you look at the win rates. Dennis is saying, what the heck are you talking about? I'm talking about trader psychology. It's actually really important. And if you keep on listening, you'll probably learn something very, very important that will help you succeed in the markets. So one thing that we really want to understand when we are or placing trades is that we are not participants in the market per se. For the most part, we're just spectators in the market. Our little trade, it's not going to affect the market. We basically have no say in what direction the market goes. The people who do have a say, the ones who are the players in the market, those are the really big institutions. And a lot of people think that the institutions prey off of retail traders, but that's not true. Most institutions, the really big ones, that might be true for small prop firms, but the really big ones, the insurance companies, the hedge funds, the retirement funds, the mutual funds, they don't care about your little retail trader trade. They care about the other big fish, the other ones that might come and eat their lunch and eat their position. So actually the big boys are trading against each other. It's sort of like if you're watching a sports game on television, you can root for a team all you want, or you can place bets on a team all you want. It's not going to affect the outcome of the game. Only the players on the field can affect the outcome of the game. So we're just spectators. We're not participants at the level that we're trading at. So we don't have any control over what the market does, but we have complete control over what we do, right? Unless we get really emotional. If we get really emotional, then we lose control over what we do and we lose any edge that we might have gotten. If we go through a system like the trading pit, like the stealth surges, any of these pattern trader, any of these systems that do really, really well, well, if we get emotional and we don't follow the trade and we don't follow the instructions, then we're not going to get the result, right? So the attitude that we want to have as we're going into the markets is one of caring, but not that much. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, big players cause weak waves and drown many retailers. Sometimes, yeah, that's very true. So when we go into into a trade, we want to care about the trade. We're going to monitor the trade. We're going to manage the trade, but we're not going to focus on the result of the trade. Most traders and most people, they measure themselves based on the result of the trade. And for me, I never measure myself. A good trade is not a winning trade. A winning trade could be a really bad trade. Actually, I think yesterday, Roger said something to someone who, like, if you got lucky, I suggest that you throw that money away or get rid of that money as soon as possible because you will develop bad habits.
It reinforces bad habits. Exactly. It reinforces bad habits. Right.
Yeah. So you don't want to focus on the result. You want to focus on your behavior. Did I execute the trade the way I was supposed to? Did I execute the trade the way that I had planned? Did I stick to my plan? Did I stick to my system? And whether or not that trade actually makes you money or loses you money, if I stuck to the plan, that is a good trade to me. That's how we define institutionally, that's how we define a good trade. I had a colleague when I was at PIMCO, or not at PIMCO, the shop that was before PIMCO, it was Countrywide Securities. I had a colleague who was on the treasury desk, and in one day he made $12 million. Right? We're talking about US treasuries. They're not the most volatile instrument. And he made $12 million. And he was, oh, yeah, I made $12 million. By the end of the day, he was fired. Why? Because the amount of risk that he had to take to make $12 million in a single day was so far outside of his parameters that the risk committee said, this is unacceptable. You did not stick to the plan. You did not stick to your risk parameters. That was a bad trade. It had nothing to do with the fact that he made $12 million. It had only to do with he did not behave the way that he was supposed to. So we want to measure our success in a trade based on our behavior, how well we stuck to our plan, and not the result of the trade. The results will take care of themselves if you have a good system. Over time, this is what I meant by the probabilistic mindset, and starting to look at the big picture of your entire portfolio or the entire series of trades. And if you go back to the August 21st VIP room where I talked about the win rates, you'll understand that if you don't have at least 50 or 100 trades under your belt, it's too early to evaluate, because a 95% winning system can look like you've only won half your trades. A 77% win rate system can look like you only won 25% of your trades if you take too small of a sample size. So that is not a true measure. So we can't look at a single trade or two trades or three trades or four trades and go, oh my God, I'm losing. This system doesn't work. Because if you start changing your behavior because of that, if you say, hey, I'm not sticking with this because it doesn't seem like the formula is working, then what happens is you're moving from a proven system to a completely unknown. And you haven't evaluated that system. And that's what we call gambling. Okay? You have no idea. You have no idea what's going to happen. So we want to do I'll give you guys a formula for success in general, in anything in life. Right? It'll work in anything. You just have to be able to apply it. You won't necessarily be able to apply it, but the formula for success in anything in life is do the right things long enough, consistently. If I do the right things, if I do what Roger tells me, if I learn a system that Roger that teaches me, that is the right thing. So Roger can give me the right things. Whether I do it long enough and consistently, that's up to me and my psychology. If I have the wrong attitude, I'm going to give up too early. I'm not going to do the right thing. First of all, I'm not going to listen to whatever Roger said. And I'm not going to do it long enough for me to get results. I'm not going to stick with it for 50 or 100 trades for me to see a real result. And I'm not going to do it consistently. I'm going to, oh, today I'll take the trade, tomorrow I won't, and today I'll take some other guy's trade, and tomorrow and I'll come back to this trade. I'm not going to do it consistently. So the attitude and the psychology is what allows you to do it long enough and consistently. You can get the right stuff from Roger or from me or for someone else who has a proven system, but you're not going to be able to do, we can't help you do it long enough and consistently. You have to rewire your brain in order to stick with it long enough and consistently. So the last thing that I want to go over is what is gambling and what is investing. So just throw out there, type into me some definitions. What do you think? What's the definition? Well, we'll start with this. What is the definition of gambling? Someone just give me a definition of gambling. All right. I don't know if there's a massive delay or no plan. Okay. Lottery, betting on a certain outcome, flipping a coin. Okay. Betting on luck, betting and crossing your fingers. Okay. Randomly attempting to get profit. Those are all good definitions. For me, a gamble is taking some money, putting at risk with the hope of getting a return, a bigger return back. Okay. So that's a pretty good definition of gambling. How about investing? What do you do when you're investing? Research, looking for high probabilities. Okay. What was it? Oh, what is that saying again? Couldn't write out. I'm not sure which saying you're referring to, Kathy. Maybe do the right things long enough consistently. I don't know if that was the one. But gambling is putting money at risk with a hope of a larger return back. But what is investing? Investing is putting money at risk with the hope of a larger return back. So what's the difference between gambling and investing? Some of you already touched on it. So in order so I would say that gambling is a type of investing. It's just a terrible type of investing that is almost guaranteed to make you lose a whole crap ton of money. So when we invest, we want to invest in winning investing, in proper investing, in institutional type of investing. And so there are a few things that make investing successful. The first one, and just as a segue real fast, trading and investing, some people say trading is short-term and investing is long-term. That's not according to the definition that I just gave you. It's just putting at risk and money at risk and hoping for a bigger return. Okay, that's investing. So it has nothing to do with duration in my mind. At least that's how I was trained. Investing is just putting money at risk. Trading is an activity that you do while you're investing, if you're investing in the financial markets. So people don't call buying and flipping houses. They don't call that trading, but that is investing also. I'm buying something with putting it risk, money at risk, with the hope of a larger return on the way back. And trading is the activity that I engage in order to invest. So investing, in order to have proper investing, I have to have my odds and my expectations have to be known, calculated, and in my favor. Okay. And the last component is I must have that opportunity repeatedly. I must be able to do it repeatedly. So if I told you that here's an investment opportunity, and if you lose your entire life savings for the rest of your life. But if you win, you get $5 trillion. Okay, so the reward to risk is amazing. And I tell you that you have a 99% chance of winning. Is that a good investment or is that a gamble? The odds are way, 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 way in your favor. And your reward to risk ratio is hugely in your favor. So the expectation is huge. But it's a gamble not because the risk is too high. It's a gamble because I can only do it once. And if I lose everything and I can never do it again because for the rest of my life, I owe them all my money. Right? So if I could do it 2 times, that is a hugely in my favor expectation. It's only one, I believe, 0.010% that I'll lose my money. If I can do it 3 times, then it's going to be 1/100,000th probability, or 1/1,000,000th of a chance that I'm going to lose all my money. If I could do that same bet 100 times, what are the chances of me losing money? It's almost zero, right? That's what makes it an investment, not a gamble. So if I can only do it once, it's a gamble. If I can do it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, that what's makes it, and all the odds are known, calculated, and in my favor. That's what turns it into an investment. So when we go into the trading pit, do we have opportunities, multiple opportunities every single day? The answer is yes. So if we said, hey, there's a 95% win rate and we make 10, 20% every time on average, but we can only do it today. Tomorrow, you won't have the opportunity again. That would turn into a gamble, because if you happen to lose today, you have zero opportunity for the statistics to work themselves out in your favor and for you to actually end up making money in the long term. So when we are investing over hundreds of trades in a longer period of time so that the statistics can move in our favor, and that's what turns it into a proper investment. That's what we're not allowed to say this in legally, so maybe I shouldn't say it. I'll say it a different way. I'll say it in a different way. Statistics always play out given a large enough sample size. If I have a system that has a certain win rate with a certain expectation, a certain profit factor, the statistics will always win out in a long term without exception. If I give it 1,000,000 trades, if I get it to 1,000,000, if I give it enough trades, it will always work out in terms of that statistics. What will change those statistics is your psychology, whether or not you stick to that system. And if I see a losing trade and say, I'm going to do something else, oh, that one didn't work. Next time I'm going to do this. Next time I'm going to change this. I'll change that. You just violated the first criteria of an investment, which was that the odds and the expectations are known, calculated, and in your favor. They might still be in your favor, but we have no idea because they're no longer known or calculated. So you don't want to change your behavior because of some emotional attitude or psychology, and then accidentally switch yourself from an investment into a gamble. Okay. And so last thing that I want to leave you guys with real fast, because Roger has a class, is tip for you: videotape yourself while you're trading. Just videotape yourself for 8 hours and then play back at night and see how emotional you get. Do you get super excited? Do you get super pissed off? What is the words that are coming out of your mouth? And that will let you know what your attitude is. Okay, so we're out of time. Let's go do Roger's class.
Real quick. We still have a minute. I just wanted to add to what you would say. You know how often the guys you see me trade while I'm doing a webinar? Can you even tell I'm placing an order or not? Can you even can't tell? Look at yourself when you're placing orders and when you're looking at market action. Matt and I Matt can be, I'm like, oh my God, you just took a 30% profit. And he's like, yeah, and what do you want from me? Like, there's there's no emotions. There's no emotions, good or bad. It's just process. Thanks for that, Kane. Folks, Matt will post a link. I'll see you in the other room. And Kane, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Hold on, everyone. I'll give you the manual. Talking to the room. Nope. All right, try that one. Okay. Yep, that link should work.